All right, guys, Coach Lee here from TSA BJJ Dominance. Basically, a question that we got is, you know, Lou, I kind of find my grip to be a little bit weak, or it burns out rather. That was really the question. What can I do about it, right? And that's the nature of the beast with jiu-jitsu is you're not really doing reps but grip strength, right? You're gonna be holding out to somebody's gi, you're gonna be holding out to a neck, you're gonna be holding out to something. In no gi, you're gonna be holding out probably to a body part, forearm, right? So there's certain things that you want to do. One of the first things I recommend people do is to be able to be flexible with your wrist, right? If there's a problem in the wrist, it's gonna trickle up to your elbow and up to your shoulder, which is gonna cause pain in the long run, right? So one of the things I'm always doing is, like, I'll show you guys this way, but I always go up against a wall and just take my hand and kind of pull that guy right back. And I spend time here, right? But you can do that up against a wall, just like so, right? You want to spend 20, 30 seconds, make sure that these wrists move around very well, right? The other thing is you might want to get into some massage work in the joints, especially on the outside and inside, right? These things aren't, this is just preventative maintenance, prehab, right? One of the big things, you're gonna want to accept the idea that you're gonna have to do timed sets for grip strength. So maybe you carry a heavy pair of kettlebells, maybe whatever you have, you know, 50s, 60s, but you want to carry them for distance. Try to carry 70-pound, 80-pound kettlebells for 2 minutes. Good luck. You know what I mean? The other side of things is we do so much flexion work, basically the flexors, and then you have the extensors, right? We do so much flexion work that it overpowers the extensors, and then your hands become, you know, the classic jits hands. Well, the fingers are, you know, crooked like this one in a sense, but you get the knuckles and whatnot. So one of the things you want to build up is the extensors, these guys, right? A nice cheap little tool that I got, and this is actually too strong even for me, is this guy. They call it relatively cheap, $6 to $8. You know, relatively easy. I would get the very light one. And you're gonna put these guys, slip these guys on your fingers and extend, right? And volume, you need volume. I would be doing 30, 40, 50 rep sets, but you gotta make sure the resistance is low, because the key is you need blood flow in there, right? One of the other things that you could add to your arsenal is fat grips, right? Now these are really fat. These are 2.5 inch. So this almost replicates to me, maybe not in my weight class, but to me somebody's forearm training no gi, right? I'm gonna be holding on to that. And again, you wanna train this, all various exercises, dumbbell exercises. You might strap this onto a kettlebell and hold that, because that swinging motion, maybe even with one hand, is gonna cause a certain stress that you wanna get used to, right? That kind of like pulling out of your hand type stuff. Pull-ups, bent over rows, all these, right? All these type of things. One of the best investments, if you could get yourself, get a cheap rope. Not the slick nylon one, and not the one that sheds either. I learned that the hard way, right? But this is probably some of the best work, cheapest, best work you could do. You could just do hangs for time, right? Just your body weight, hanging off of your hands. You could do, obviously, various climbs. You could do various rows, right? You could, when you get a little bit stronger, you could do various, like double arm tricep extensions on a hard angle, right? But all this work is quality work. And then you got to balance it all out. So I recommend doing a lot of your training, if you're strength training, with a lot of fat grips on. I recommend doing pretty much every other day, doing extensor work, right? Doing extensor work for the wrist with light dumbbells, where you just sit down and you're extending this guy back. And the key is you want to induce blood flow. So the weight's going to be really light. You're going to jack the reps up. I would literally go, with that stuff, I would go 20 rep sets, most likely. You know what I mean? I want to get into that metabolic threshold. I want to get into that burning sensation a little bit, but that's how you know you're going right? And one of the other things, you could buy short little pieces of rope, right? This is maybe 3 feet. You know, I'll take this, loop it around a kettlebell, heavy kettlebell, and this will be my hammer curls for the day. Various, you know, on this, where this replicates to me the more ideal setting, specificity of when you're actually training. You're gonna be grabbing stuff thick. Nobody's, you know, you're not grabbing stuff this small, right? So that's some of the stuff you could do. And one of the keys, and I don't have a towel here, excuse me, but one of the things I would like, but I can show you guys with a shirt real quick. One of the keys you might want to get into, there's various towel drills that replicate that they're gonna help you. You can do pull-ups, rows, right? But it's also like just kind of prehab work. You kind of inch these guys in, finger by finger, right? Until you're coming up a little bit. until the whole towel is basically wrapped in your hand. That movement, right? This is really low. This is resistance, right? Even though it doesn't seem like much, like it's just the weight of a shirt. But even though you want to keep moving your hands, this kind of motion in your hand, right? Think of the old school bucket of rice, right? Type stuff. It's the same premise, same idea. You're moving the fingers, very serious styles. And you might go, you know, a 5-minute set on one hand, 5 minutes on the other. And you're gonna get into some burning sensation in your hand because it's not used to that, right? But all these things are excellent things that you could add in to your grip training. And then obviously, the best thing you could do is obviously roll, right? And hold on to grips. And obviously you could do the lapel work, hold on, add your lapel to different various exercises. But that's just some stuff that could help you guys, all right? So this is Coach Lou from TSA, from BJJ Dominance. Till later, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up.